It's the season for family dinners and parties and cheese plates, so how can you avoid gaining those unwanted pounds? Here with some tips are Dr. Terry Simpson from 234slim.com and his patient, the lovely, the talented Janine Ford.
Thank you.
Well, let's start with Dr. Simpson because over the holidays we tend to gain a little weight. How much is average? Because I hear so many different numbers.
Average is actually about 5 pounds. Between Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, that's 5 pounds. Now you do that 10 years in a row and you've got 50 pounds and then I've got a patient.
And when somebody's going to a party for the holidays, what are some tips they can use as to what they should eat and what they should avoid?
Well, you ought to learn a little bit about what you had. I mean, some of this stuff is pretty easy. For example, you know, everybody knows that when you come and look at the cookies, 3 of them about 150 calories. Here's what some people don't know. This is your favorite, right? The cheese?
This is always my problem.
Aren't you salivating now?
Oh, I love it.
I mean, it's on a toothpick.
Yeah.
It's on a toothpick. It means
It's only
small.
80 calories, which means that you just eat one, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yes, doctor, I only ate one.
right. So when you have 5 of them, that's 400 calories. That's about an average
That's
1/3 of what you ought to be eating for the day.
I can
3?
devour it. I used to be able to devour that whole plate in no time at all with cheese, and that's always a real problem.
Now, dried fruits and nuts, we ought to think they're okay, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, most of the time they're not so bad, but when you get to the nuts, a small handful, a couple hundred calories.
A couple hundred calories.
So when you take 2 small handfuls,
2 small handfuls.
Small.
Of what? Because they say like almonds are good.
Right. Being good doesn't mean they're calorie free, though.
Okay.
Because you have about 14 almonds, you've got a few hundred calories.
All right, Janine, tell me how you're feeling right now when you look at those wings.
Do you know what?
Or those drummies.
Well, this is no problem for me anymore. I can look at these and just kind of I've eliminated them from my diet for so long now. It's been 4 years since I had my lap band, and now I will automatically go like the celeries and carrots. We know these are fine,
right?
And the more raw and the more fresh is what I tend to gravitate toward. And you have to. The biggest thing, and as the doctor knows this too, you have to be careful of the sauces.
Oh yeah, ranch is like covers everything. People dip their pizza.
I know. No, my boys
here's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, a tablespoon or 2 of that, that's another couple hundred calories, and that's how people eat it. They look at this and say, wow, that's celery, that's good, it's healthy. This is what kills it. Same thing with the wings. You can look at the wings. That's what's going to kill it.
Now I know the shrimp has got to be good.
This is really good.
What about?
It's healthy. And you know that whole bowl, you know how many calories are in that cocktail sauce? 40.
And that whole, I could eat that whole thing.
40 calories, that's
40
it.
calories.
So most people aren't, and it's a little bit hot. I don't think you're going to be scooping too much of it.
This is Arizona. We love that.
Is awesome. Yeah.
People love the heat here.
But the point is that when you go to a thing, you want to scope out, first of all, what's really the healthy, good things you want to eat. Shrimp, obviously this. Avoid this if you're trying to lose weight. That's not bad. You have to understand, cheese isn't protein, cheese is fat. Nuts aren't protein, nuts are fat. Wings, that's kind of...
Those have been fried and then they put a fattening sauce on it.
Right.
That's like double dipping, isn't it?
And you know also that if you are really, the beauty that I love about the lap band also is if I'm really, really craving something, I can take one bite of it and then walk around, walk around and chew it for a while and eat it and leave it and just take a little tiny taste of it and then walk away.
Yeah, like I'm showing incredible restraint, not eating the rest of this piece of cheese after you told me how many calories were in it. But what if somebody wants to lose 30 to 40 pounds?
Well, when you start getting up to those sorts of weights, when you start getting into, you know, Janine had fought with and struggled with that weight for a long time. She ended up getting the lap band. And in fact, it's been 4 years.
4 years since I got mine. At Christmas, it will be 4 years. And the thing is that at first I lost right around 70 pounds. And then I felt like I was melting. I felt like I lost a little too much. And then I kind of stabilized, which is a pretty normal thing. And then I stabilized and I kept the 50 off the whole time. And I haven't, it's a wonderful tool. It's just, I wish I would have done it. I wish I would have known you, Dr. Simpson, years earlier.
But look at it. I mean, for all of us who watched Janine for years, I mean, for 20 years, every diet program, every exercise program came in, and she did them all.
They put me through all of those on the air. You know how that works. Okay, Janine's going to try this workout program, and she's going to try this diet. And then I put it right back on.
Nothing as good as for the ego as working out on the air.
Janine, let's do it for Janine. She'll do it. Exactly,
the bottom line is the best thing is start out, eat healthy, eat small amounts, know where the problems are with the calories, know that basically nuts and cheese are nothing more than fat. They're like eating butter. Eat the healthy stuff in small quantities. And if you're going to go to a party but not have dinner before the party.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the greatest thing I ever learned. But I know this probably isn't on the menu. Tell us what this is.
This is our model of a stomach with a laparoscopic adjustable band. This is what Janine has in here. And basically, when food passes by this band inside the stomach, it signals the brain that you've eaten more than you have. So your brain thinks you've eaten more. So instead of getting hungry a couple of hours later, you're not. And you know how on most diets you lose a lot the first week, less the second, less the third? You have a steady weight loss throughout. So that's the beauty of the band.
I tell people it's, and I think I've said this before, but I tell people it's kind of like you're a dog and you're on a long leash and you can eat and run and play and do everything that all the dogs do, but then you go a little too far and it's
right.
The leash gets you. But it's really, it's wonderful. But you have to work with it. It's a tool.
And it's helped you keep the weight off.
Yes, I have not. And the thing is, no more blood pressure medication. I was on 2 blood pressure medications because of my hypertension. No blood pressure medication, and I've just been stable. I haven't had to go out and buy this or get rid of this size or this. I've stayed the same.
Oh yeah, that's
so
a pleasant idea.
Yeah.
That's a pleasant idea. Now, if you would like more information on or want to contact Dr. Simpson, just visit 234slim.com. Again, 234slim.com, and the phone number is the same, 602-234-SLIM.